Boost Leroy. All right, guys, so do this real quick. We got brake rotors and pads. About to throw it on Boost Leroy real quick. Got the ceramics. I'll upgrade all this stuff once we start going really fast, but right now I just need it in commuter mode. So put these golds on there. Excuse me, put these golds on there. Set it up on a time lapse for this one side, and then I'll let you know what it looks like when it's done. I'm trying to get up out of here and head home, but I at least wanted to give you an update on what's going on. All right, so I'm gonna put on time lapse and then be right back. Shake and bake. Okay, so fought me a little bit more than I thought it was going to. I was just trying to use the hand tools at first, but this brake pad was jammed in there pretty good. Trying to pull the brake pads off first before I pulled off this bracket. But so I need to pop this out. The screws for the rotor were pretty loose in here. I don't even need the special little tool for it. So those two come out, and old rotor is off. Thickness is good, but these bad boys are definitely warped. They're definitely warped. When I stop, it just goes woo, 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 woo. And I'm switching from these drilled and slotted rotors right now to these solids, because like I said, right now it's a commuter car, so no point in putting anything race-like on it right now. And I feel like because these rotors have holes in them and, you know, stuff like that, I feel like it kind of messes with the integrity of the rotor over time. I feel like they warp easier because they have these holes in them. I don't know, but so we're gonna put these on there, and I'll show you what it looks like once we're done. Okay, so got the bracket back on and the pads on. I wanted to point out that when you're doing brakes, this one brake pad, you got two different ones. This one has the squeaker or wear indicator on it, so that when the brake started getting low enough, this metal tab right here will start rubbing or riding on the rotor and start making this irritating ass sound. And that, when you hear that, you really need to change the brake pads, and that'll save you so much money down the road. But I sometimes see people put these on the same side where There'll be one on the back and one on the front. First of all, if you do that, that tab is gonna interfere with the wheel trying to spin, and you'll have a problem there. So one, it gets put on the back side, and you do that on both sides, and then you put the one that doesn't have the speaker on the front. So I'm going to compress the piston back, and just real quick, so the brake system is a sealed system. So if you ever see your brake fluid is low, more than likely the pads are low. As the pads wear and the piston pushes on the brake pads and they get smaller, or wears away the material, the fluid in the reservoir goes down. And then when we put the clamp or whatever tool you have on there to compress the piston back, while you're doing that, it pushes the fluid back into the brake fluid reservoir. So don't ever add brake fluid to your system unless you have a actual leak somewhere. Other than that, if you add too much brake fluid and then you get a brake job done, it's just gonna push it all out the top here. So brake system is sealed. Never add brake fluid unless you have a leak. It goes back when you compress the piston. So I'm going to put it back on time lapse, put the caliper on, and put the wheel back on, and then I'm going to do the other side, and then I'll be done. But I'll show you what the other side looks like. I'm not going to go through a whole time lapse of that, but this is the basics of how it needs to be done, or at least how I like to do it. But look at those, man. I love the way that looks. All right, be right back. Okay, so passenger side is done. I really like the way that looks. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the wheel on, and that's a wrap. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe. I know I'm all sweaty. I'm ready to get up out of here. And we'll catch you on the next one. Shake and bake. Okay, so ooh, nice. Put these nice 1320 motor mounts. Put some PB blaster on everything, and then start trying to mess with everything.